Where does that door lead to? He's literally coming out of an endless white void. That smoke effect is about as convincing as Enchanted Mob's release dates. The Tringai 9512 text is barely readable. Let's hope he didn't want to be noticed or anything. That'd just be silly. That flashlight isn't casting any light. And no, the flashlight isn't off, seeing that the bulb is giving off some luminosity. I guess the flashlight just forgot how to flashlight. The arms on the animatronics don't have sharp edges. Adding a sin for every time the camera angle changes with motion blur left on. So join the animatronic family. Those finger textures are hideous. Try your best to hold on to sanity. The light on the back wall washes out the texture. Not to mention there isn't a clear indication of where the light is coming from. Even if it was a spotlight, it clearly misses shining the animatronics. Same goes for the previous camera angle. Try your best to hold on to sanity. The body animation stops before the camera angle switches. Why are there so many pipes on the wall? I guess this animation is such crap that they needed all these pipes to keep the sewage running. That poster in the background is reusing a frame from below the surface. Where did Baby and Steve come from? I'd assume they came from that washed out pink room from earlier, but there is literally a solid stone wall behind them. Unless they are ghosts or use /teleport, then I'm not buying it. You can see a mysterious reflection appear on Bonnie's body at the end here. The lighting here is so blue, I swear it's made up of all the tears of the people watching this and crying over how bad it is. That Scooper model. In an earlier shot, we saw a wall behind Baby and Steve. In this shot, it's gone. Why is there a random table sitting there? That hallway goes into oblivion. If only Steve ran that way, he could have ended it all sooner, as soon as he hopped over that one single table that's randomly in the hallway for some reason. Gross sharp shadows float along the walls. If you look between the barrels, you can see Bellora's body isn't moving at all. Baby has two sets of eyes. Gives a whole new meaning to the term four eyes, doesn't it? We're feeling festive. The back of Steve's mouth is white. It looks like he has a second pair of teeth. Is he a shark with multiple rows of razor-sharp teeth? Actually, I'd love to see an alternate ending where Steve just goes all Jaws on these guys. We're feeling festive. This rope does not deform at all. Join the party, we'll try hard not to buy. Steve's elbows intersect into his body. We're feeling festive. This frame exists. The fun is starting. A celebration that lasts eternally. That wall is super pink and washed out again. A celebration that lasts eternally. Freddy and Foxy's animations are both the exact same. They're just mirrored because Enchanted Mob got lazy. I'm always watching. That rope doesn't look very tight. Couldn't Steve just wiggle out of these ropes and escape? Not a very well thought out plan. Everyone freezes for a few frames right before the scene changes. We'll be found down deep underground. What have I done? The lighting in the sequence is plain awful. Looks like something out of Minomator. What have I done? Freddy walks straight through a light, making his back super bright and washed out. Deserve this damnation. The scoopers scoop stuff when stuff isn't there. Perhaps said scooper has some sort of spontaneous scooping syndrome, adding an extra sin for making me say so many S's in one sin. Who knows if you're the one to blame? Based on the way Bellora is holding this chair, her wrist should be snapped like a twig right now. We don't even know your name, but you're here now. The animatronics bob up and down when they walk, but the chair floats completely still. When we've got temptation. The rope just freezes the moment it hits the ground. It just gave up on being animated. Phew, the video's over. Finally, I don't have to look at this anymore, and it's back. You can clearly see the animation starts right at the beginning of the scene. That could easily be solved by a little thing called linear tangents. This vent is backwards. The blade should be on the inside. This is a safety hazard if I've ever seen one. Steve's head isn't moving an inch while he's running. Where's that spotlight coming from? I don't see any light that's projecting it, or any hole it's coming out of. It's just magically emitting from the wall. Steve's body isn't moving at all. That's some quality animation right there. Kinda overdid it on the pigtails, don't you think? Baby simply tilting her head causes them to shake violently, almost as if they're sentient. Maybe her pigtails are the real villain in the story. You can see the spot lamp's reflection in the elevator. The way Freddy's nose and jaw push back on this contact is just laughable. I'm just now realizing that Freddy doesn't have a hat, and I doubt it just fell off his head. Again, the animation for Freddy and Foxy is just mirrored in this scene. Also, that run cycle. You can still see Steve's face in the darkness after he's been dragged away. This is why you don't cut corners in animation, people. Purple guy's face isn't showing in that mirror. Also, that flashlight isn't giving off light. Why are there body parts of animatronics from the original Five Nights at Freddy's in the scooping room? Sister location takes place before the original Five Nights at Freddy's, so unless the original animatronics are Time Lords, I'm calling baloney on this. You can see the point lights hovering above the light fixtures on the wall. This is an issue that exists but no one knows. The elevator windows are glitching a bunch, so Enchanted Mom's manager suggested to cut the clip only where the elevator is higher up in the shaft to hit the release date. This goes on for some time. That's smoke effect again.
Going up on a Tuesday.
It's done. Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.